everyone, and welcome back. Today I have this beautiful 2017 Mercedes C-class Coupe 220 AMG 7G-tronic OMG, a lot of acronyms. Apparently this car has it all. So, because it's a windy day outside and I literally didn't find anything better to do, well, I'm gonna review this one. The model that I have here today, it's called the W205, and it replaced the old C-class, which was the W204. Now, as you can see right away, this one looks angrier, looks more aggressive, looks mean, and all this thanks to its brand new AMG look, because honestly it looks amazing. I do love this front end. I do love the headlights. By the way, these are LED laser headlights, which can turn the darkest night into a day. Now, as a general aspect, I do love how this car looks. It's so aggressive, so mean, and I do love this blacked out look. It looks amazing. Talking about the back end of the C Coupe. Now, as you can see, it's a resemblance with the S-Class Coupe, because actually all the Mercedes kind of like look together now. They have this one styling style, let's say it like this. But nevertheless, this one you can actually spot some differences between this one and the S-Class, but there are a lot of similarities. Nevertheless, there is one thing that it's annoying about this car. It's the fake exhaust. I don't know why they even bother with this, because apparently it doesn't look that good. I do love these tail lights, these LED tail lights. They look amazing, and as I mentioned, in general, this car actually looks good. It's looking pretty nice. The shape, it's so beautiful. Just look at it. This car has 19-inch wheels, which you can actually see they look amazing on this black paint. You can actually see how big the brake calipers are, and you have ventilated discs. Of course, this car has keyless entry, so you just put your hand on the door and immediately it opens. Now, talking about this car's options and its general looks, I think it looks really beautiful. I mean, check out this leather, check out this wooden trim, this dashboard layout. I do love how this button feels, because they seem so expensive. Now, I do like how the steering wheel looks. I do like this flat bottom. I do like these buttons here, they are top quality. I do like the paddle shifters. And as you can see, they actually move with the steering wheel. We have here the gear shifter, which is nice, and you can actually see that they kind of look the same, so they took good care of symmetry. Now in the dashboard we do have this central screen that actually tells us a lot of information about the car, about the radio, about fuel consumption, trip information, media, navigation system, telephone, assistance graphic, services, and of course you can adjust a lot of things from here, like instrument cluster, vehicle things. So yeah, it's pretty easy to use, it's pretty intuitive. Here we have the start and stop button, because of course this car has keyless entry, keyless go. I do like this option in cars. I also love these electric adjustable buttons for the seats. They honestly look very expensive. They are so similar with the S-Class that actually sometimes you do feel like in an S-Class. I do love these buttons here. You can actually see that the door handle is wrapped in leather. It's beautiful. You do have here the folding mirrors. You can actually see that they are actually folding. Alright. The sound system isn't the toppest one, but it's not bad actually. It's quite okay. We do have this beautiful sunroof here. And of course the control for the lights, for the dome lights, for the map lights. We do have cup holders here, which I like. Now, these aren't heated and cooled cup holders like the newer models, but still they are there. I love also the volume control. Feels so elegant and feels so nice. It's feeling expensive. Here we do have the most annoying button of all, and this is the automatic start stop. Most of the times I just drive it off because it's so annoying. Here we have the driving mode selection. So if I'm gonna press this button, look what's happening on the screen. We're gonna choose which mode we're gonna drive. Is it comfort? Is it sport? Is it sport plus or individual? And for all of us who love nature and penguins, we have the eco mode. And here in the infotainment screen you can actually see that we can control anything from here. We do have here the climate controls for the driver's side and for the passenger side, and all the information of the climate controls you can actually see them in this screen here. Now this one isn't the biggest screen that they actually give on these cars. There is a wider one, a bigger one, but on this car, well, apparently this one was what they put, but isn't bad. So actually you can adjust from this pad here and from this joystick, because it actually looks like a joystick a little bit. Yeah, you can adjust all the information that this car has. You have the menu, you have the radio, you have the navigation system here, which, yes, I agree, it's pretty intuitive to use. We have the radio, we have media also, telephone, vehicle, and I do like how these graphics are presented here. Look, it's so nice. I do love this attention for details. And you have the dynamic selection, you have vehicle settings. Here you can actually set everything that this car has. It has easy and entry exit, as I mentioned, and oh yes, I do love this graphics. The ambient lightning color, you can actually see. The boot opening, interior sensor when these doors are open actually has an alarm. Doorway protection, exterior lighting, also this car has it. Interior lighting, of course, automatic locking, and a lot of features here that you can actually choose to optimize your Mercedes-Benz. This one has an interesting boot opening system. You actually get out of your car, or when you come to your car, you just need to wave your feet underneath the back bumper and it's opening. I should now demonstrate how the boot is opening with your feet. Ta-da! I don't seem to get it right. I don't know how it's possible, but it works sometimes. Ah, there it is, opened. And of course you have soft close and power operated boot. Just press one button and the boot closes. Neat and elegant. Honestly, the C-Class isn't what it used to be anymore. It's not just a middle sedan. I think it became more of a luxurious sedan over and over the years, because I cannot see any resemblance between the W203, the W204 and the W205, which this one is. So this car has a 2.1 turbo diesel engine which produces 169 horsepower and 400 Newton meters, which isn't bad. Isn't the quickest one, but isn't the slowest one. Now, normally this engine is pretty economical. It's doing like 45-55 miles per gallon, which is impressive. But this one doesn't, because depends on how you drive the car. If you are like Captain Slow, well, you can probably get 55, probably 60 miles to the gallon. I even don't know. But if you have a heavy foot, I don't think you're gonna get those numbers, because, well, you ain't. So depends which one you choose to be. Now also there are some back seats here, but as you can see, there's not much room here. I mean, there's nothing exciting in the back seat. I wouldn't fit there, and I'm 176 centimeters, so that's translate into 5.8-ish, 177, something like that. So I wouldn't fit there, honestly. But nevertheless, you have two seats, so you can use them if you try to. Common faults, because apparently I found a lot of them. Even prestigious brands have issues. And oh boy, also this one has, because apparently a lot of people actually complained about the power steering. From time to time, a lot of people actually said that it's pulling hard on one side. Now, a lot of people complained about some electrical issues at the engine. The MAF sensor also sometimes dies for no reason. Now, even the boot at some models, it's squeakier. A lot of people complained about the seatbelt tensioneers. Well, you know, it's common faults. I mean, a lot of car has these issues. I'm not saying that this is a bad car or this is a good car. From my opinion, this is a good car. Now, if something breaks, well, just change it. There are parts that actually need to be changed. There's one thing more that I've heard, that a lot of people actually also complain about the squeaky gearboxes, and sometimes the gearbox makes a noise. Well, I've driven old Mercedeses that did had regular maintenance and services and things like that, and to be honest with you, I couldn't find faults with them. So I don't know what to say. Here we are like 50-50. If you have the car and you cherish it and you take care of it, well, that car is gonna be good. But if you don't gonna take good care of it, and if you're not gonna take good care of your car, well, guess what's gonna happen? Of course it's gonna squeak, of course you're gonna have oil leaks, of course you're gonna have a lot of issues with it. So I'm not blaming just the factory, I'm blaming also the people who actually don't take good care of their cars. But nevertheless, if you cannot afford one, don't buy it. And if you can afford one, well, don't complain. So, driving the C220 AMG Coupe Diesel OMG. Because boy, we do have a lot of acronyms here. Nevertheless, it's a nice car to be in. I mean, top quality materials, nice bolstered seats, you get hugged in all the right places. Now, of course, they're electrical, so yeah. Now, the thing that I do like is how responsive this car is when you actually change the drive modes. When you move it from comfort to sport and sport plus, and you have even one option to make everything as you want, because you have an individual option. But it's so hilarious how fast this car changes. I mean, just a press of a button and boom, you have a tighter suspension, you have a tighter steering wheel, and yeah, I'm a Mercedes and I can do that. And yeah, it's nice that you can actually control this kind of these kinds of things, because in the past we couldn't control nothing. But today, well, we can, and we can, and we do. And right now I have to stop at the petrol station. Fill up. Because I did have fun with this. BRB. this 220 Mercedes has this 2.1 turbo diesel engine, which produces 170 horsepower, 400 Newton meters, which translates into 295 pound-feet of torque, which isn't bad. Now, a lot of you are gonna ask, well, how is it, man? Is it fast? Is it good? Well, it's fast enough. I mean, considering that this car is weighing 1.5 tons-ish, I don't know, it's not a 3-liter, but it's fast enough, it's responsive, it's economical, it's a diesel. Well, if you want thrills and adventures, you get the C63 AMG S with the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo. But this one is actually nimble. I do like it how responsive it is, because I'm driving this countryside roads, and it's nice. On the highway, you can actually see that you can push it a little bit more, but I don't know what to say. Anyway, this one has the 7G-tronic automatic gearbox, which changes smoothly. You don't actually feel when the gearbox changes. So it's so smooth, so precise, nothing to complain there. If you honestly have one of these cars and you actually take care of it, I don't see anything happening wrong with it. I mean, if you service the engine, if you service the gearbox, because yeah, you do need to service the gearbox every 60,000 miles, just change the goddamn oil and that filter. It's not that expensive and you won't have any problems. Now, 0 to 60, Mercedes says that it goes into 7.8 seconds. 0 to prison, well, it's gonna take a while, but you're getting there if you like to. Nevertheless, it's fast. So right now I'm on highway, I'm doing speed limit, and you can actually see and feel that this car is nice. I mean, sure, the suspension is stiff, but thanks to this 19-inch wheels with front flat tires, the suspension is even stiffer. But I don't complain about that, because I do love to throw it around, so yeah, it's fun. So that was it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching my videos. If you liked it, put a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a lot more coming from my side. I appreciate all of you. Stay safe, and I'll hope to see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Life is short. Enjoy every moment of it. Thank you. And there's one thing more that because if you have a heavy food, well, guess what? The car is gonna go up in fuel record. First impression behind the wheel. So, driving the